Hello everyone, my name is William Bradford and this is my final project for Managerial Leadership Spring Semester 2018. Why'd I take this class? Honestly, the main reason I took this class was because it was a requirement for my business management degree. But I quickly realized how important leadership really is. Leadership is important in personal relationships, business aspects, and in many other applications. Being a good leader is just a great life skill to have. I also wanted to improve my leadership skills and how I interact with others. I want to be more effective in the way I lead myself as well as how I lead others. I also wanted to learn how to apply leadership in a management setting, should one day I find myself in a management position. Some of the most meaningful things I found this semester was, in order to lead others, we must be able to effectively lead ourselves. This just makes sense. If you can't lead yourself, you cannot lead others. Secondly, I learned that position doesn't make a leader. Just because you're a boss doesn't mean you're a good leader. In fact, it means quite the opposite. A leader works with their team, not telling them exactly what to do. Lastly, attitude is everything. The way you act, the way you perceive things is very, very, very important in your leadership journey. This slide kind of goes along with the last one. These are some things that personally I learned to think differently about. Being a boss and being a leader are not the same thing. I used to think that being a boss meant that you were a leader. This is quite the opposite. I don't think that anymore. Absolutely not. I also learned the importance of attitude. I never thought attitude would be that important, especially in leadership opportunities. Lastly, I learned how much I need to work on my own leadership abilities. I need to develop and grow in my personal leadership journey. One day, I hope to start my own horse training business. And in order to do that, I need to be able to work properly with my employees. If I can't work with my team, I can't run an effective business. Secondly, I need to have good self-imposed behavioral strategies. I need to learn to be self-observant, know when, why, and how to use certain behaviors. I also need to be good at goal setting, rewards, and self-punishment, should I need it. And lastly, I need to have a good grasp on emotional intelligence. I need to know how to control my own emotions, but also be aware of others. According to the MTBI assessment, I received an ISTJ, I standing for introvert, S sensing, T thinking, J judging. One attribute of a sensing type personality is someone that likes to plan everything out, and I think this is very important in a leadership position. Being able to set goals and plan things out is very, very important. Also received thinker, and someone that's a thinker typically has a logical mindset. I really don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, but I also don't think it's a good thing. Being that a thinker doesn't necessarily always pay attention to feelings, and I think that that's also an important aspect of a leader. Judging. One trait of someone who's judging is someone who makes timelines and sticks to it. This is a great example of something that a leader needs to have. They need to be able to make goals, stick to them, and do them. Oh, I skipped introvert. Introvert is somebody who's kind of to themselves. But even though I got an introvert, it wasn't very much percentage. It was really kind of in between introvert and extrovert, and I think that's a perfect place to be, because if you're too much of an introvert, you're kind of to yourself too much, and to be a leader, that's not good. if you're too much of an extrovert, you're kind of in people's faces, and that's not good either. So I think being right in the middle is where I need to be. My action plan. I need to learn to set goals better. I oftentimes will set goals that are way too hard for me to achieve, and I need to learn to set goals that are more achievable. Also, I'm going to focus on my health. I came to realize how important health really is in your leadership journey, and that's something I really want to work on and accomplish. Lastly, I need to learn to practice self-reward. I don't ever reward myself for accomplishing things, and that's something that I need to do. How will I ensure that I maintain my action plan? I'm going to get a mentor. My boss at work is the person that I'm going to choose. They're going to help me set goals and make sure that they happen. Also, in my fitness journey, I'm going to get a fitness partner, which encourages me to continue my fitness journey as well as stick to my diet. And I'm going to make sure I make time for myself when I accomplish things in order to reward myself. What have I learned? I really learned how important self-leadership really is. Being able to lead yourself and have control of yourself is much more important than I ever thought it would be. I also learned more about myself. Taking these assessments, reading all these things about self-observation, self-goal setting has really helped me learn what I need to work on and what I need to fix and what I've done good at. I also learned how to apply self-leadership in the work setting. Personally, I want to be an entrepreneur with my horse training business. I have learned how important that being an entrepreneur, you really have to be able to lead yourself. If you can't do that effectively, there's no way that you can run a business effectively. How does everything I learned make me feel? I'm really happy that I got the chance to take this class and learn all this stuff. And it also made me realize how much change I need to work on. I need to work on my goal setting abilities, as well as being more flexible and empathetic towards people. And I'm very appreciative that I had the opportunity to take this class. Who's going to notice the changes? My employer. I'm teaming up with them, so she's definitely going to notice when I accomplish my goals. I think my friends and family will definitely notice too. But most importantly, myself. I will notice the changes in my life and in my leadership journey. These are my references. Thank you.